Good morning! Welcome to another episode of Neighbourhood Gems.
Okay, so today we'll be trying one of my favorite dish. Actually, it's my favorite hawker dish of all time.
Really?
Yeah, Hae Mee.
Prawn Mee.
Hae Mee is prawn mee what?
This is my first time hearing people say Hae Mee. Because for me, right, I'm a recent convert.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like in the past, I didn't like prawn mee because I don't like yellow noodles.
Okay, but the thing is like when you eat prawn mee, right, there's a lot of choices for your noodles.
I know, I
yellow.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm uncultured. Wait, soup or dry?
Soup.
Ah.
I don't like dry prawn mee. Like it's just not my thing.
Okay, I like soup also. Yeah, because I really like the broth that is cooked with the prawn heads.
Correct.
Wow.
But have you tried dry before?
I have never tried dry before.
Okay, I tried before. Like, actually, it's not bad. But it's just like my preference is always the soup one. What are your criteria?
Okay, I must admit, I've only tried one good bowl of prawn mee. Then shall we go by your criteria for today?
Okay. Alright, maybe we do like 4 lah.
Okay.
Broth.
Broth.
The noodles.
Yes.
The liao.
The liao, of course, yeah.
And the price.
The price, the price is very important because if I'm not wrong, we're gonna try like 350 prawn. 250 prawn meat.
250 prawn meat, right?
That means it's one prawn only.
In this economy, it's like how to, because like, you know, you haven't tried as much like prawn meat in your life. Yeah, right? Today, for all locations, we will be trying dry and soup.
Okay, actually, right, I think we should take one more thing into account, the chili. Since we're trying the dry one, right?
Okay, yeah.
Then the chili
for the dry version.
For the dry version.
Correct. Excited?
Yes, I am.
I am very excited.
250 eh. How you find 250 for me?
You know what?
This economy, 9% GST.
Let's go find out.
I hope it's really 250 guys.
We are now here at our first location. We are here at Pasir Panjang. So this place is recommended by one of our colleagues.
Yes!
Yeah, and I'm quite excited to try because like there's already a queue here and it's like early in the morning.
Yeah, it's like 10 AM right now.
Yeah, and I saw like how the uncle made his like prawn mee, right? Actually, it looks pretty legit.
我们要 order 一个那个虾面4块的， then 一个干的，一个汤的。 米粉面，谢谢。Okay, so right now we're at 肥仔排骨虾面, which is at Pasir Panjang Road. So we got 2 bowls of prawn mee here, the soup version and the dry version. Each costs $4. And honestly, it's a very generous portion.
Yeah.
And a lot of liao.
Correct. I think like in this economy right now, $4 for this bowl of like prawn mee is still like decent lah. The liao is like not bad. I can see the shallots. I can see the tauge.
The pork lard.
The pork lard, which is like pretty big.
And we got mi fen mian, which is like tin bee hoon and yellow noodles mixed.
Correct.
We'll try the soup one first because like, you know, while the soup is still hot.
Okay, so when you say prawn noodles, right, I have these expectations that the soup should be simple but bold in flavors.
Yes.
But for this one, it's just too simple. It's missing the richness of the broth. It's missing that flavor.
That umami-ness.
Correct. Yeah, because usually when you eat prawn noodles, right, the moment you drink the soup, you must feel the shock. Kind of like feeling.
Yeah. I did not get that from this soup. I don't think that the soup is bland or anything. I just feel like it needed more flavor of the prawns.
Alright. Okay, since it's your first time trying this combination, what do you think about it?
I like the combination.
Right!
I like the different textures of the noodles because the thin noodles is very slippery, but the yellow noodles, they absorb the broth more.
Correct. And I would say, right, when you eat like the noodles, right, I actually taste more like the flavor of the soup more than when you drink it alone.
Same.
The thing is like the pork taste is stronger than the prawn taste. Like in a way, like it kind of like overpowers. I think it's because of the lean meat that they use.
Okay, I think it's a mixture of lean meat and fatty meat lah, huh?
Correct. Personally, I prefer eating my prawn noodles as it is. Like, because I feel like a good bowl of prawn noodles
don't need sauces.
Don't need sauces.
Or
like
condiments.
the broth itself will like give you the satisfaction. But for this one, I will try because like you know, I think it's lacking on that like flavor. So like this mouthful, right? It has lean meat, it has pork lard, it got a bit of soup, it got the mi fan mian, and like the chili. Let's try it.
Okay, go for it. I honestly feel that this bowl of prawn mee needed a chili.
Correct.
Yeah, the chili really brings it to another level. And I think with everything together, the pork lard, the soup, the lean meat, it just comes together nicely. I feel like the soup alone is not enough to satisfy me. Everything has to be together.
Which I feel like for me, personally, it's quite a downside. So now, I feel maybe the soup is not the best like or strong suit, but I think it might be the dry one.
Yeah.
Because especially the chili is really like, it's nice. So it might do more justice.
It might be a different flavor. I really like the chili that that comes with it because it makes it tangy, you know, and then got that tangy taste, right? And then the pork lard is crispy and everything just comes together so nicely. So for me, I prefer the dry version.
Everything just makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even need to add your chili inside to complete the dish because it's already complete. You know?
It's very good on its own.
I feel like pork lard, right? It should be in a dish that is like dry.
Yes, same.
Because whenever it's in a wet dish, right, or like soup dish,
it gets too like...
it gets very like soggy.
Wet, yeah,
and like
soggy.
I think the flavor is like not as strong when it is on a dry.
Yeah, I feel like it dissipates into the soup instead.
Correct.
You know?
And I really like the chili that they use here. It's really like, you can taste it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, the flavor is there.
Okay, I feel like we should try it with the prawn now.
One thing that I don't like about it is like, it's only half the shell.
And also got the shit is still inside.
Okay, so this prawn is like normal. That's it, it's a prawn. Nothing special. It even like tasted like frozen-ish in a way because it's quite tough. It doesn't give that bouncy, like fresh feeling when you bite into it. There's no tenderness in it, and also the shit is like turning me off a lot.
Yeah, you know fresh prawns when you eat it, it's like plump, juicy, and you can really like oily one, you know, like chewy one. But when I tried this, it tasted a bit sandy. But for $4, I still think it's worth it.
Yeah, for the dry one.
If I walk around the area and I'm just like the office building here, right? I come there and buy, sure, I'll buy. On to the next location.
Here Kian, Seng, Prawn Mee and Laksa.
Yeah, so they do 3 bowls of specialty noodles.
Correct.
But obviously today we're going to go for the prawn mee. This is actually situated at the Clementi Hawker Centre.
Correct. It's already only 11, right?
Yeah, but
you
look
see
at the queue.
behind, it's already a lot.
一个汤一个干下面，这里74块。对，都要辣椒。Here we are at Clementi Market and Food Centre. So this store is called Kian Seng Lor Mee Prawn Mee Laksa.
Okay.
What's different about this straight away, right, is that they have fish cake.
And they have white pepper on top of the soup. I feel this bowl of noodles for like $4 is actually very worth it.
Very,
Actually, the portion is even better than the previous one that we have lah. Okay, but I think they are missing pork lard.
So unlike the previous bowl, right? You know the previous bowl, when in the soup, right, you can see the sediments of the prawn, the meat that they use. This one is like
very clear.
It's clear soup. Like I don't see the noodles being coated with the sediments.
Yeah, you know why? Because confirm they filter it out. One more thing that I noticed here, right?
Yes.
It's not as fragrant as the first one.
Do you taste the umami-ness of the prawns?
Okay, to be honest, not as strong, but compared to the first place, this one has more.
No.
For me,
I prefer the first location.
Oh really? But that one is too light. Okay.
This one, right, I feel like it's a bit bland. Like I taste more of the yellow noodle from the soup than the
Okay,
prawn.
so I think the pork is not as strong as the first one.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste as umami, but the flavor is, I think, a little bit stronger when it comes to the prawn side.
I feel like if there was ever a healthy bowl of prawn mee,
Is this one?
This would be it.
I really don't like the noodles because there's too much yellow noodle.
Same.
Like the proportion of the yellow noodle to the thin bihun, right? It's not as balanced.
Yeah. Wait.
Sorry. Wow, it tastes too alkaline.
I think it has that siap-siap taste at the end.
The thing about this, right? I will drink the broth on its own, but I wouldn't eat it together with the noodles.
I want to try everything together.
With the chili.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like even after having a spoonful of the noodles and the ingredients together, I still think that it is a very clean bowl of prawn mee. I feel like it did not elevate the dish whatsoever. It's very one-dimensional.
I tried a spoonful with all the ingredients, right? The only ingredient that gave it like a little bit of a surprise is the pork. The pork actually has this a bit of like flavor, which I feel like, you know, the broth itself, right? They are missing the pork taste. Like the first place, the soup is not the strongest soup, so maybe for this one, the dry is better.
Yeah, I'm confused, guys. It tastes like mee pork. Like, I don't know whether if you taste it, but I taste the pork lard. But I don't see the pork lard.
Guys, it's literally eating mee pork, but with like mee
But with mee fan mian, yeah.
And it's also pretty spicy.
Okay, I like that it's spicy.
Yeah.
But it tastes nothing like prawn mee. Try the soup.
This one what? Prawn mee or bak kut teh?
Guys, I think we're eating 3 different dishes
Yeah,
here.
guys, wait, sorry.
This is
prawn mee.
prawn mee. This is mee pork. This is bak kut teh.
You know, this is too peppery.
Yeah.
It's literally like you're drinking bak kut teh soup.
Legit.
In general, we came here with a very high expectation because
Yeah.
of the queue, because of like the looks of the dish on the photos.
Yeah.
But I would say honestly, because this is a food review,
Yeah.
I'm pretty disappointed from what I had. I feel like this bowl of prawn noodles is not living up to the standards. The prawns are better, like
Same.
the previous one. The previous one, you really can tell that it's frozen. But for this one, is a little bit fresher and more tender.
Yeah.
Like, it got that bounce when you eat it.
Yeah. I like the chewiness of it, but I still feel like it is not as fresh as I thought it would be. I do have to say that maybe this bowl of prawn mee, right, it caters towards people who have elderly people or people who have a lighter palate.
Correct.
You know, they don't want something too heavy, they want something lighter. You can go for this.
But I suggest
Hey guys,
don't try the dry one.
Don't buy the dry one. I think no point.
Because if you feel like this one has no essence of prawn mee, this is even like not giving prawn mee. Guys, we are on our last location and we are here at the queue.
The queue?
Hawker Center and the queue.
I'm gonna curse. Wait. The queue is long.
Freaking long.
It's all the way to the end 哎。给我2碗，一个汤一个干，then 2块半。米粉面。Okay, so we're at our final location at Pekyo Market, and the store that we're featuring is called Hiang Pork Ribs Prawn Mee.
The prawn noodles here also is one of the popular stores that I always hear from people that they always eat here, whatever. But you can see the queue just now.
The queue was like
everything.
snaking, it was like a freaking long queue. And guys, can you actually believe this is $2.50?
This is the cheapest yet biggest portion of prawn mee I ever had in my life.
Yeah, same. $2.50. $2.50 is a steal in this economy, okay?
It's not just a steal, it's a charity, I tell you.
Yeah, this is the first bowl of prawn mee, right? That smells and actually looks amazing. I want to dig into it. Guys, when you drink prawn mee soup, right, that is the correct reaction. It is so comforting. The taste of the prawn heads are there. Not too much of the pork taste, I feel.
Correct.
The prawn heads taste overpowers the pork.
Correct. The taste that you get from the soup, right, when you first like drink it, there's this like salty layer, but the moment you swallow it, the sweet taste of the prawn heads comes after. Yeah, you see this is the same soup, right? You see the sides of the bowl, it has the orange like color.
Yeah.
That's like the prawn fats from the head of from the prawn heads.
Yes.
So you can really see that, you know, like they really use the prawn heads, like boil it again and again and again. This is why I always tell people who eat prawn mee, right? When the soup is very flavorful, the noodles, right, will soak it naturally, and when you eat the noodles, you have that flavor in the noodles.
And the yellow noodles don't have the alkaline taste at all. Don't have at all. You just taste the soup itself. You know what? I cannot wait already. I have to eat everything together. Wow.
Oh my god.
I think I got no words.
This is the first prawn mee today that all ingredients blends well together.
Yeah, it's very well balanced.
The moment you eat it, the moment you eat the noodles with the soup, with the pork, with the fish cake, right, it just makes sense. Oh my god, the fish cake also, right, got flavor.
Yeah, and the fish cake, right, is very tender. The meat also, right, I thought it was gonna be a bit dry because looking at it, it's a bit dry. But no, it really comes together so well.
Now I'm even more excited with the dry prawn mee soup.
Honestly, right, looking at it, it was spicy. This is the kind of dish, right, that when you eat already, you feel so warm inside, right? It hits the back of your ear, right? Then it's like, oh, it's freaking good. I don't know what chili they use.
It's on the sweeter side.
Yeah, it is on the sweeter side, but it's also equally as spicy. It is damn show!
Yeah, and it's like this bowl, right, is a bowl that when you eat, right, you have that like satisfaction, like craving satisfied feeling, you know what I mean? Like, wow,
like
finally
every
I have
part
this.
of your body, right, can feel the satisfaction. I'm not even joking with you. I'm not even kidding you.
I'm gonna try the soup on the side. This is prawn soup. It's like a swimming pool of prawns. So as what I've said just now, right, you can really tell that from the looks of it, we can really tell that they really boiled the prawn heads, you know, the broth properly, and it really reflected on the way how it tastes. And for $2.50, you get this quality, say no more. Okay, I feel right, the taste and the flavor of all these dishes, right, it all comes down to how they choose the ingredients they use.
Yeah.
Because this prawn that they have right now, right, it's like the freshest among the 3 locations today. It has a nice chewy texture, plus it has the sweetness in it.
I agree with Larry, but I feel like because I ate the one that's part of the dry version, right, it can be a bit dry for mine. The chili is solid, really.
Wow, and for $2.50, this place is a slay.
I got nothing else to say. We have come to the end of the episode. Oh my god, we've tried 3 different bowls of prawn mee today. Each has their own, I would say, USP. Each has their own like pros and cons, but I can see for the both of us.
Yeah, it's a clear winner.
Our favorite bowl of prawn mee today, it is Hiang Pork Rib Prawn Mee.
Because like, it hits all the categories lah.
Yeah.
Broth, liao, noodles, the chili, and the price.
Wow, I tell you, this one, right, is the most value for money.
It really ticks all the boxes of what a good prawn mee is.
Yes.
And I hope like with your prawn mee tastings today,
Yeah.
your knowledge and like your love for prawn mee grow even bigger.
Yeah, it really did and I feel like from now onwards, right, I'm just gonna order dry version. Obviously, like, you know, we also tried like 2 other places today, which is one is at Clementi and then the other one was at Pasir Panjang. Yeah, so I think those are catered towards a certain palate, a lighter palate.
I feel for the first place, right, the good choice to have is a dry prawn mee because I think it's better than the soup version.
Yes, for sure.
For the second place, it caters more towards the elderly palate. That's why we recon because
it's cleaner.
It's cleaner, it's more light in flavor. But the third one is like the epitome of a good prawn mee.
Yeah. So thank you for watching this episode of Neighbourhood Gems. If you like this video, don't forget to watch our other videos over there.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Goodbye.
Bye. Come to Baekyo and eat the 250 prawn mee.